Alright guys, let's see how we can install phpMyAdmin on Ubuntu 20.04. So first we'll need to install MySQL server where we'll be having our data which we would like to be managed by phpMyAdmin. So we type sudo apt install MySQL server and we wait for its installation. Together with the MySQL server we see that MySQL client also will be installed. As we can see, certain triggers are run for systemd in order to start the server whenever our machine also starts. And the next thing to do is to install phpMyAdmin together with its supporting PHP libraries. So actually we'll be installing PHP, MBString, zip, GD for graphics, JSON and curl libraries and extensions which phpMyAdmin will be using. As you can see, we are offered also to install Apache, which will serve the phpMyAdmin, as well as the PHP extension in order to be able to run PHP queries directly to the MySQL. So we run the installation, and here we can choose for which server we would like to configure phpMyAdmin. We'll choose Apache. And here we are asked whether we would like to configure phpMyAdmin. So we click yes, and we will choose a password for the administration of phpMyAdmin. We'll choose the same password phpMyAdmin as the user. I'll confirm the password. And from the installation we see that it completed successfully. And now we can try to open phpMyAdmin in our browser. So we will go to the localhost and then phpMyAdmin, and we see actually output as a text file. This means that the Apache is not correctly running PHP to interpret the files. Let's fix this problem now. Back to the terminal. In order for Apache to connect with PHP and process PHP files, we need to install the following extension and library, which is called libapache2 modphp. So I'll type sudo apt install the name of the library. Whenever we install the libapache modphp, this module is not enabled. So the next step is just to enable it with the following command: a2nmod and then php. And so now we need to restart the configuration of Apache. It's restarted. Let's see the status now. We see that it's running correctly. And now let's go to the browser to see whether phpMyAdmin will work. And when we refresh, we see that we can log in with phpMyAdmin and phpMyAdmin. And now if we go to the databases, we see that we don't have privileges to create new databases. Let's see how we can fix this. Alright, so the next step is to enable phpMyAdmin to use the root user in order to be able to create databases and to have all the permissions which it needs. So we'll enter inside of the MySQL server using MySQL minus user root, and then let's see the databases, and we'll go to the MySQL database, and here we have one table which is called user, and as you can see we have users and passwords, and actually for the phpMyAdmin user we see that the privileges are set to none. So one way to fix this problem is just to update the privileges of this user directly here from the MySQL prompt. Another way which we'll be using is directly to be able to authenticate via the root user. So far the MySQL user is using a socket connection by default. So that's why we directly entered with sudo to this connection. And we would like with the following line to change this. So we are changing for our root user its connection method, so it will not connect with socket anymore, but with MySQL native password. So we will be able to enter user and password, such as root and password, and here is our password that we are setting for the root user. Okay, after running this line, everything is ready, and when we go to the phpMyAdmin and exit and relog in, this time we can use our root account with the set password. And now, as you can see, when we go to databases, we have permissions to create databases, to delete, drop databases, and that's it. Now we have all the permissions needed. Alright guys, that's how you set up phpMyAdmin on Ubuntu 20.04. If you have enjoyed the tutorial, you can subscribe to the channel.